Yeah, no, this is my son. He doesn't shave.
I don't shave. I'm probably out of the screen a little bit.
Are you there now?
I
Okay,
am, yeah.
You're recording. Okay, what do you want to do?
Well, I'm just going to tell everybody that this guy taught me pretty much everything I know about hunting. We got to traipse around these hills together growing up.
Keep out of lightning.
Pretty excited to go back to the Black Hills now and go back and hunt for myself. I'm going to spend some time with my dad. We're going to go back out. Nate and I, we like steak, eggs.
Oh, I've got that. Yeah, I've got that.
Right, well, we'll see you in a little bit.
Resort.
Yeah. He doesn't hunt a whole lot anymore. He's going to help me out and take me out to some of my spots. And so we're going to spend some time in the field. I'm really looking forward to this hunt. Here we go. The Black Hills. After 10 years, I'm going back up there to see if I can't fill my tag for the first time. What I'm doing right now is I'm up in Wyoming and I'm hanging a trail camera on a water hole that could potentially get a lot of traffic. Main objective is to set this camera up literally almost higher than I can reach. We'll still get the intel or the scouting information that we're looking for, but we're doing it in a way that hopefully the people won't be able to see it and steal it. It's just, unfortunately, it's kind of the nature of the beast right now. So think of that. Think of ways you can hide your camera where you're not gonna expose it to other eyeballs. So not just hiding it from the wildlife. I can't tell that there's any bugs on here in the last week. Doesn't look like the bugs have been in here lately. I'll check again when I get back out of here tonight, but I'm hoping that I didn't catch something. Pretty slow. I wish it was one of those big bugs. Good evening. And then to day one, it was a good sit, real pretty. Just didn't see the deer we were looking for. It was kind of a slow night, unfortunately. Some cows have moved in there, which has got me a little bit concerned. But that's one of the only water sources up in this particular part of the high country right now. And sometimes those cattle can push those deer out. So for now, I'm gonna get up to the top and meet my dad and park this thing and go get something warm to eat. So we'll see you guys tomorrow. Well, it's my first morning up here in Wyoming on my archery hunt. Kind of back in some of this country that I was setting some of our trail cameras in earlier. And we've gotten some really nice pictures of some deer back in here, but this particular spot, what we're gonna do is just kind of the way I grew up hunting with my dad, and that's just still hunting. We're gonna work down this old logging road back into some of this other country that we've hunted when I was a kid and just take our time. It's gonna be kind of a feeling out process on this deal, so, but I kind of like that too, just going in blind and just hunting. So here we go. When I follow my dad around, we basically still hunted.
You make 2 steps, you stop and wait, just like a deer does. That's how they pause through the woods. And when Rick was just a young person and he wanted to come hunting with me, I had him put his hand in my back pocket so he could feel every time I took a step and stopped, he would stop. And he learned it really well. And he's got that down to a really good art, and he's even better than I am at it.
You know, that was hunting with my dad. Matter of fact, I think the only buck that I have proof of that my dad has shot is a deer that we had on the wall growing up. I've now gotten the deer and I'm going to clean him back up and fix him back up and hang him so we can enjoy him. You know, if you've ever been in the Black Hills, I think one of the things that really jumps out at you is obviously it's beautiful, but the smell of pine in the hills is just absolutely amazing. It's a vibrant, very fresh pine smell, and when you're there, it just kind of overwhelms you. And that, and coupled with the fact that you can get on some high spots and see some amazing country, is what I absolutely love about hunting the Black Hills. We just ran into some mule deer, but I've seen a pattern where these deer are coming back up out of the bottom to the south of here in the mornings to bed up on top of this. We're on the top of a big flat mountain. So I think they're dropping off because there's water in the bottom and there's nothing up here on top. Anyway, they were working their way back up in here to bed. We're just gonna keep still hunting down the road, see if we can turn up. Some pretty bad lightning storms on the top of mountains when I was outfitting, and it's never a fun place to be. And these, you can always kind of, that rule of thumb is you see the flash, count how long it takes for the thunder, and it's darn near right on top of the lightning flash, which means it's not that far away. It sounds like it's kind of coming our way. I'm gonna get back off of this mountain, see if it gets past us, and then we'll try to come back in here. We still got a couple more hours of daylight, but we're just getting too close. Nobody needs to get hurt. Deer one tonight. We had a pretty nice buck work through a saddle that we wanted to get to, and we were just a little late because we were kind of still hunting our way up the old road, and slowed us down quite a bit, and we kind of got where we wanted to go, and he was already there. So, but for now, we're gonna go back, and my dad's got steaks on, so it sounds pretty good to me. Not sure what that was all about. I'm glad she come running up in here to get those deer out of here, but try to get further up the road here. One of the reasons I didn't go back to the water hole was because cattle had moved in there. In Wyoming, a lot of times the grazing leases, you'll find cattle in places you never imagine. And it just so happened that this was a water hole that was still holding plenty of water, and the cattle just moved to it, and it pushed the deer out, changed their patterns a little bit. I think the plan is we're going to pack up and go to Colorado maybe. And then...
Can't help you in Colorado.
Well, you need to get this weather out of here. That would be a help.
Yeah, next time you come up, just looking at the weather, I think the deer will be moving from the left to the right, so make sure you set yourself
instead of right to left.
I think they'll be moving left to right.
Oh, good. Yeah, that's good to know.
You ought to make sure it's got all its teeth in it.
No, no teeth.
No teeth. You don't. No. You want them gumming in there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Good. All right, you got your marching orders.
All right.
back up here in Wyoming, where I grew up in the Black Hills. Absolutely love it up here. Miss it. Haven't been hunting this a whole lot here in the last several years. Kind of sad. It's warm. It's like almost 60 degrees today. We should be getting some pre-rut activity, but with these temps, I don't know what we're gonna see. But I'm gonna get back up in here and see if we can't catch some of these deer working up out of these canyons. Hey everybody, I'm just hiking up this ridge. Just found a matched set from last year. If I'd have known that, I wouldn't have brought my own rattling antlers. I just made a set up here on the side of the mountain. So I just got up in here. I hiked up this canyon, had my camera in my backpack, just to try to hustle up here. Just as I got up here, there was a 3-year-old running 2 does across this field behind me, and had a nice mature buck that cut across behind me back in here. I'm sitting on the edge of a canyon. My wind's blowing off into it. He stayed up there further to the north, but it's a little bit sketchy because my wind's blowing out of the southwest. Hopefully we can get some action up here. I'm going to try to do some rattling. I just did a couple rattling sequences here. I saw a doe come busting out over here at the end of this point, so I don't know if he's chasing does. But it's just a glimpse of her. I never saw him. We can move over here and just get to our glass a little more. Little guy just working his way back up in here. He's going the same way that big buck did. But he's the only deer I've seen so far. Then trying to hustle up here to beat him up to the top. And they still may be on their way, I don't know. It's starting to get windy, so they may just shut down where they're at. Let's see what else we can find. I'm just on a high spot overlooking this bottom. Saw a really big deer down below me, back here on the back end of the property, but it was too dark. We'll get a better look at this deer. Seems the most mature, just bred a doe. The other 2 almost look like they're bigger bucks, but there's a lot of deer in the fields down below me that still need to work up into here, so just gotta be patient and see what happens. A storm that's pushing in tomorrow. It's supposed to bring some moisture. These deer are up on their feet early tonight. No shooters yet, but seeing more bucks tonight than I've seen the whole trip so far. Saw some good ones this morning too, but just not quite what I'm looking for yet. There's a coyote that's chasing these deer around out there. Maybe he'll push them this way, I don't know. I don't see a shooter in there yet. There was one buck that went over the hill to the east. I'd like to see what he looked long, but I couldn't tell how old he was. Good morning. I'm starting to hear the wind starting to kind of pick up out there. They're calling for by 6:30. It's supposed to be like 30, 40 mile an hour winds. Been picking up all day, and I'm leaving an hour earlier today just to try to get up Got about maybe a 20-minute ride and then probably another 20 to 30-minute hike, but I want to stay back far enough that I don't spook them getting in there. You know, with the storm moving in, the thing I really wanted to do was get back into the lip or the mouth of this canyon where I thought a lot of these deer would push into. There's actually a little rim that runs around out in front, and I just wanted to be in a spot where I could see on both sides. You know, as I always say in hunting, there's sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. On that particular day, it worked. That happened so fast. Doe came blitzing by me. He was bumping her, but he cut out around to try to cut her off, and when he did, he stopped and looked back and gave me time to get set up. I honestly wasn't even ready. I had the camera out. I'm self-filming this whole hunt. And he stopped and looked back at those other deer that were working their way up through there and just gave me a chance. And looks to be a great Black Hills buck. I cannot wait to go get my hands on him. I literally absolutely love everything about this deer. I love his face, his color, his dark antlers, tall rack. He's got super long main beams. Just a great buck for up here at home in the Black Hills, and I am so excited. What an amazing hunt. This guy is the reward for the time that you put in, and I'm so thankful. He's going to be great to eat, and he's going to look great on the wall. Very, very humbled. What an amazing trip. You know, a chance to get back home, so to speak, spend some time with my dad.
No, it's really good to have Rick come back up here. It was really great hunting with him. It brought back old memories. Think back when Dad and son went out, and it was great. He got a great buck, and it was fun to be with him, and I really, really appreciated him coming back. I told Julie when I was up here it was good to go home and just kind of traipse around where I got to cut my teeth and learning how to hunt, and then having him along and telling me I wasn't doing it right or I was doing it right half the time. Yeah, it's been a lot of fun and can't wait for next season.
Yeah,
so yeah.
They go too fast.
Yeah, they do. And you know, the thing is that it's always good to see you back up here and go to the country that you used to hunt in and start with, you know, and where you got your first deer. So it's always been fun.
Yeah.
It's been a good time.
You know, I've been very fortunate. Got to go a lot of places, hunt a lot of different animals, but gotta say, there's nothing quite like home.